There's a deep footprint in the mud. It looks quite fresh. Whom does it belong to? According to both Bates and Collier, Henry's body was tangled up in algae when they found him. How could he possibly have drowned in this, though? Something is glittering at the bottom. What could it be? Something is glittering at the bottom. What could it be?
What happened to Henry is awful. First William, and now... Henry liked to drink, but other than that, he was a good man.
I'm sorry, Victoria.
I would like to be alone now. Do you need anything, Samuel?
Dr. Herman, the physician, does he live in Willow Creek?
No, some time ago he moved into an abandoned house near the old mill. It is quite close on the road to Willow Creek, the only house far and wide.
Yes, I remember where that is. Thanks.
Please excuse me now, Samuel.
The door is open. Someone must be down there. Wine kegs full of quality red. This well is from the era when the castle was under siege. It was supposed to connect the castle with an underground system of corridors, but that's merely old hearsay. No one has ever seen those corridors. Bates?
Yes, sir?
Bates, can the fountain back in the garden be drained?
Yes, there is a big pump in the cellar. It controls the water flow for the whole castle. It is possible to adjust the water level. However, I do not think it is a good idea to drain it after what happened. And Detective Collier should probably be notified about it, sir.
I am merely considering all the alternatives. We have the right to find out what happened. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. In that case, it is probably best not to tell anyone. Is that what you meant, sir?
Very much so. You said you were there when they dragged Henry out of the fountain.
Unfortunately, I was. The sight was terrible.
I have to tell you something. I feel responsible for what happened to him.
Why would you say something like that, sir?
Well, I ordered him to clean the fountain. He did not want to do it, but I insisted.
You mustn't think that way, sir. Surely, if he had not been drunk, nothing... And I actually heard Dr. Herman say that his death occurred sometime after midnight. It is not your fault. Certainly, he would not be cleaning it in the middle of the night.
I really hope so. Bates is probably right. Henry most likely fell in there by accident. Have you seen Robert today?
Yes, Sir Robert was reading the newspaper in the dining room this morning. If you would like to speak with him, I am sure you'll find him in his study.
I spoke to Collier. As you can imagine, he asked me a lot of curious questions. Tell me, what did he question you about?
Many things, but most of all, he was interested in the place where we found Henry. It was very unpleasant having to describe it all over again, sir.
Oh? Can you repeat to me what you told him?
I was afraid you would ask. Well, if I must. I was awakened by a sharp knock at the door of my room. Morris was shouting something about Henry. He seemed utterly confused, rapidly pouring out incoherent sentences. He wanted me to go with him to the back garden immediately. At that moment, I still had no inkling of what had transpired.
Did you go with him right to the fountain?
Yes, and only there did I realize what had happened. It took me a while to come to myself again, but then I went straight to the telephone.
What time was it?
It was about 6 in the morning. That is all, sir. You know the rest.
Yes. Thanks for being so patient, Bates. When did Dr. Herman leave?
Half an hour ago. He took Henry's body to the old morgue.
Did he mention to anyone what he thought about all this?
He had a long conversation with a detective, but I have no idea what they were speaking about. I was so distraught, I was not really listening.
All right. That's all then, Bates. Body is in the old morgue then. What was Morris doing in the back garden so early in the morning? His work is in the stable, right?
Yes, but he sometimes helps with the gardening. Henry cannot do everything that needs to be done. I mean, he was not...
Bates, why don't you take the rest of the day off? You don't have to work under the circumstances.
No, sir. I do not want to just be sitting around brooding. I'd rather attend to my responsibilities. It helps take my mind off things.
I understand. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
They're full of clean water. The cellar is quite cold, so the water is always cool. This is where our best vintages are for temperature as well as degree of dampness is ideal. Water distribution controls. I have no idea which one does what. I have no idea which one does what.
Do you need anything, sir?
I would like to ask you about something.
Certainly, sir.
Bates, that pump we talked about.
Yes, sir?
I think it is broken. Which valve controls the water level?
The pump works all right, sir. Only one of the input valves broke off some time ago. The water level can still be adjusted using the other valves. It just takes a moment to figure out the right setup for what you want to do.
How do I know if I have drained the fountain then?
If I remember correctly, the second column from the right displays the level of water in the fountain.
I will give it a try. I think
I'll return to my work.
ready. I can't see anything, just mud. Where is that shiny thing? A sign of some sort, or a symbol. This must be the thing that glittered at the bottom. A symbol similar to that from the tower wall. Strange, a new symbol beside another corpse. A symbol. Strange. I'll take a picture of it, just like the first symbol. It's locked. It's closed and probably full of whiskey. Henry hid it here so as not to carry it. Some papers and a few coins. Bill isn't here. Where could he have put it? A letter. It's addressed to Victoria. Madam, please regard this letter as one from an anonymous friend. One of your servants is not whom he pretends to be. You may find it interesting that he is an ex-prisoner.
And on several occasions, I watched him sneak quietly into the castle cellar, using the old back door. I saw that person take away several bottles of some of the best vintages of your wine that you value so much. No doubt, some of your other valuables have also gone astray. I decided to write you this letter to prevent further stealing. The person's name is Morris.
Henry meant to blackmail Morris. I am curious as what Morris will tell me about this. It's full of dry leaves. Nothing but leaves. Cans of paint and a tin with brushes lying on it. Only painter stuff, nothing else. Gardening tools and small tubes with fertilizer. I can't see a bill of exchange anywhere. Where could Henry have put it? There is nothing interesting in the drawer. The Black Mirror Castle. Morris, do you have a moment?
Sure.
I took a look around the fountain.
Sir, why would you bother with such a thing? Why not just leave it up to that detective?
Well, I can't help suspecting something's wrong about all of this. 2 unfortunate accidents in such a short time?
You said it, sir. They are accidents. Henry just got drunk as a stone, and this time his luck ran out.
Maybe. But never mind. I have come because of something else. I found a footprint in the mud by the fountain's rim.
But that's nothing strange. There must be lots of footprints there.
Well, this one is fresh and much deeper than the other ones. The person who left it there must have limped badly or been carrying something very heavy.
Are you suggesting it's mine? Well, why couldn't it be yours? It's mostly me who walks around the garden, and the footprint is probably from the morning I found him.
Maybe.
Sir, I told you I was home the whole evening. I've got no idea what happened that night.
How do you know that it was nighttime?
If I answer that now, could we stop returning to the subject?
We shall see.
I heard it from Dr. Herman when he was speaking with Collier.
What else were they talking about?
I was not really listening. I just overheard a couple sentences as I was walking by. Can I go now, sir?
All right. I'll ask Dr. Herman myself. Maybe I'm suspicious of him unnecessarily, but maybe not. I'll go see Dr. Herman and find out what he knows about that footprint. Morris, have you boarded up the old well like I asked you to yesterday?
Not yet, sir. I'll do it today.
It should have been done yesterday. I'm surprised that Henry didn't fall into it.
Excuse me, sir?
You know well how I meant that. I want to see it secured today, or you can start looking for a new job. Is that clear?
Sure, I'll do it. You needn't shout at me, sir.
I have no idea what has gotten into me. Why did I yell at him like that? What do you think about what has happened to Henry?
It was to be expected. He drank way too much. I guess it had to end like this.
It sounds like you really don't care that it happened.
Well, we didn't exactly like each other, but I wish no ill will to anyone.
It was you who found him, right?
Yes, I needed something from the back garden, and as I was walking past, I noticed something floating in the fountain. I went closer to have a look, and he was totally tangled up in the weeds. I could see nothing except his coat.
Did you notice anything else?
No, I panicked, you see. I ran to the castle to get Bates to go have a look with me. I kept thinking I might have been confused and imagined it. But it really was Henry.
What happened next?
I rode into the village to get the detective. You know the rest.
So, Morris found Henry. Were you in the stable yesterday?
Sure I was. Where else would I have been?
The lights were not on.
Well, maybe I wasn't. Why are you asking? Oh, I can see where you're coming from. You're thinking that maybe what happened to Henry might not have been an accident and that somebody might have helped him into the... I may be a drunkard and a saucebox, sir, but I'm no murderer.
No one is calling you a murderer, Morris. I was just asking.
All right, fair enough, sir. If Madam learns that you are starting to suspect me, I may as well go looking for a new job. There's not much work available in this neighborhood. And besides, who would want to hire a man with one leg that is almost completely lame?
I'm not accusing you of anything, Morris. At least not yet. Morris, I know you've been stealing wine from our cellars.
Me, sir? Who told you that?
No one told me. I read it in a letter that Henry wrote to Victoria. So what do you say about that?
Well, I only took a few bottles, sir. I swear. There's such a lot of them in there, I thought nobody would notice. It won't happen again, I promise. Will you give me that letter, sir?
All right, Morris. But I'm going to be watching you. Here it is. I will go then.
All right, sir.
Oh, Mr. Gordon, I would wish you a nice day, but that is not what it is today. To what do I owe you a visit?
Well, you told me yesterday to come over.
Let us not discuss things outside in the rain. Please, follow me. Better, is it not? Do you mind going down to the morgue with me? I have a lot of work to do. We can speak there. Watch out for the steps. There's not much light in here, and the dampness can make your footing dangerous. So, what would you like to know?
Dr. Herman, I'd like to ask you about something in connection with Henry's death.
Mr. Gordon, it was my impression that this affair is currently being investigated by Detective Collier. Is that so?
This affair, as you call it, happened in my garden. I have every right to be interested in it.
All right. What do you want to know?
I found a footprint right next to the fountain. It was quite deep and very recent.
Yes, we noticed it. Collier made a record of it in his papers. I do not know what else I can tell you.
Did you notice something odd about it?
What do you mean?
The person who left that footprint either limped or had been carrying something quite heavy.
You have an eye for detail, Gordon. That is exactly what Collier said.
So?
The trouble is, there are footprints all over the place, and they most probably all belong to your groom. What is his name again?
Morris?
Yes. You can exclude that one, though, if you thought of him as a potential murderer. Let me tell you why.
I'm listening.
I should not be telling you this, but it is your business in a way, too, so... I have been doing autopsies for over 15 years, and I have never seen anything like this before. Something seemed odd to me the very moment we dragged him out of the pond. His skin was entirely white. You see, I know what the body of a drowned man looks like even after a month, but this was different. He looked as if he did not have a single drop of blood left in his body.
Maybe it was in the water.
Impossible, Gordon. I told you I know what a drowned man looks like. I have not mentioned this to Collier, however. He would think I am going mad. I need to prove my theory first.
So what have you found out?
Exactly what I expected. No blood. Not a single drop of it. As though something squeezed the life out of him, like the juice from an orange, and disposed of its skin in that fountain. This is not like anything I have ever witnessed. This is not strange, Gordon. It is flat out impossible. Even if someone deliberately wanted to extract all of his blood, there would still be some remaining in the organs and muscles.
So what's your opinion now?
I have no theories yet as to what my conclusions should be. I have no sensible explanation for what I found, but so far, nothing is indicative of a violent death.
Thanks for telling me this, Dr. Herman.
Listen, no one except the two of us is aware of this fact, and I would prefer it to remain that way for now. When you speak to Collier, do not tell him anything. I will tell him myself when the timing is appropriate.
Understood. I'll say nothing. You can take my word for it. Now that is truly weird. I spoke with Detective Collier about Henry's death.
It was inevitable that he would end this way. He was alone.
What do you mean?
Well, it certainly was not the first time something happened to that man after he drank himself into a stupor. I know this well because it was I who had to restore him to normalcy after the other bouts. It was not usually serious. However, on this occasion, he overestimated his capacity for drink for the last time.
I have looked just about everywhere and have not found it. So it occurred to me that he might have had it with him, and that you...
So, what is this it supposed to be?
Actually, it's just a small piece of paper, but it's very important. Otherwise, I would not ask you.
You want me to search his personal belongings?
I would be grateful if you would do that, Doctor.
Gordon, that parcel is part of the evidence. I cannot just remove something and give it to you until the police have completed their investigations.
But that something was mine.
No.
I understand. Thank you, Doctor. At least I know where that blasted bill of exchange is. I have returned as per our conversation yesterday. This won't take long. I would only like to ask a couple of questions.
Let me guess. This is about William, right?
Yes. You mentioned some bad burns on his body.
On the chest area, to be more specific. Yes.
So?
So, what?
When we talked yesterday, you said you would tell me more about it. That is why I am here.
Is that what I said? Well, I can only repeat what I have already told you. Massive burns on the chest caused by an unknown object.
Is that all? An unknown object? What you're saying is different from what you already told me.
I cannot remember. Those were just initial theories, anyway. I have recorded everything in the post-mortem account. Shall I quote from it?
That won't be necessary. It seems Dr. Herman has lost his memory since Why is he concealing what he originally wanted to tell me after we had first met? That death report would interest me, but not in his presence. Doctor, do you think you could go outside for a moment so I could have a look around? I could forget my wallet on the table when you return.
Excuse me? If I had not known your family for so long, I would be offended. Look, I can see where you're coming from. I already told you the parcel has to stay sealed until the investigation is over. So forget it.
Hello, Mr. Samuel. What a great big bang that was, eh? The second greatest today, I'll bet.
Hi, Vic. Are you counting the thunder?
Right.
Why are you sitting here like this in the rain? Wouldn't you rather be at home?
I don't mind the rain. I can't go home.
You can't? You're in trouble, aren't you?
Well, it's that broken window from yesterday. Harry told my dad, you know, though I'm not exactly hurrying home.
Oh, I have to go now. Be careful of the windows next.
I will. Throwing my ball to the other side would be a lot.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I need to get a film developed, and I've heard that you can do it.
That's true. It doesn't happen very often, but it's possible. Trouble is, my machine has been out of order for quite some time now. I would have had it repaired if somebody had needed it, but with things as they are around here, there's been no reason to hurry.
Do you know of any other place that I can get the film developed?
I'm afraid you have to go into town. I can't be of use in that respect. Sorry.
A few days ago, a man pawned a certain object here. An article similar to this one.
I remember Henry pawned something that looked like that.
I'd like to redeem the object.
Certainly, sir. It's £35, and I require the bill of exchange with the owner's signed agreement, of course.
I'll give you the money, but you see, I haven't got that bill.
Sir, surely you know that I cannot return any pawned object without the corresponding bill of exchange.
I can understand why you do not want to release it without the bill, but I will pay for it.
I'm sorry, that's the rules.
That object is very important to me. I am willing to pay a special price.
That's possible, but how fair would it be to the owner if I sold their property to somebody else within the pawn period? According to the rules, the object belongs to them until the expiration date of the note has been passed.
Murray, Henry can't possibly redeem it.
How do you know that?
He's dead.
Dead? I'm truly sorry to hear that, but I'm afraid the owner's death changes nothing. The person who presents a valid bill of exchange and pays the designated price can redeem the object at any time then.
Please try to understand that I haven't got it. Wouldn't the money be enough?
I'm sorry. You can wait until the pawn period expires.
That's not an option.
In that case, I'm afraid I can't help you, sir.
I know you would break the rules, but who could possibly find out? I am willing to pay triple the price for it.
Triple, you say? No, that's quite impossible. I don't want to lose my license because of your offer. Although I've got to admit it's very decent.
So how much money do I need to convince you?
It seems you don't understand me. I'm not going to do this for any price you could possibly offer to pay. This pawn shop is all I have, and I'm not going to risk losing it.
But who would know about our deal? We can keep it between the two of us.
Sorry, I'm not changing my position. No bill of exchange translates to no release.
Very well, then. If I bring the bill and pay the holding price, will you give it to me?
Of course I will.
I thought he was more into money. I must find Henry's bill of exchange, no matter what. Murray isn't going to give me anything without it. Bye. lid is held shut by a large padlock. A lot of torn papers are on the top. Somebody must have disposed of them only a little while ago. They're not wet. I'll have a look at them. It was torn to pieces. Obviously, they didn't want anyone to read it. Dear H, my next delivery will reach you soon.
Delivery will reach you soon. You need not worry. Everything has gone smoothly. No one knows anything, and that is how it is going to stay. Do not forget that what I am doing here is for the good of science, and without your help, I would be unable to continue my research. I will send you my results, as usual, within the next month.
H. Herman is likely the addressee, but who's hiding behind the R? What kind of delivery are they talking about in that letter? I should ring the bell. I should ring the bell.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
A model of a human skeleton watching over the hall, like a quiet guard in the darkness. Herman's private rooms are probably up there. I'm not going there. The bottom is stained, probably by dried blood. Empty photographic developer canisters. Herman apparently takes the photos for death reports himself. Dr. Herman, I would like to speak to you.
Just a moment. So, what brings you here?
I've noticed the place can also serve as a dark room.
Yes, I'm developing the autopsy photographs here. No one provides such services in the village. It is almost like the Middle Ages around here. Nevertheless, one eventually gets used to it. Are you asking because you'd like to have some photographs developed? You see, Gordon, this is not a copier for tourists. You are standing in a morgue.
Oh yes, that's quite apparent. I only need very few pictures, though.
All right, then. But I will only do this because of my friendship for your family. Give it to me.
Thank you, Doctor.
Hold on. I would like something in return. I cannot get you the picture without it anyway. I have run out of toner. Would you bring me some from the village?
Didn't you just say that no one could provide that kind of service in the village?
Yes, and they do not. I have an agreement with old Murray. He orders me supplies from town. Tell him the toner is for me. He will gladly sell it to you.
Right. I'll be back.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Dr. Herman told me I could get some photographic toner here. Have you got any?
You're lucky. I've still got a couple of bottles left. I don't go to town every day, you see. Here it is.
Thanks. Bye. I should ring the bell.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
Herman uses it to carry the bodies. There are some things contaminated with blood. I'm not going to mess with it. I would like to ask you about something, Dr. Herman.
Go ahead, Gordon.
I have that toner for you. So, can you develop my film now?
Why not? But come back later. I have to finish my work before I can do the pictures. What is so important about this film that you have come to me with it?
You will see that for yourself, Doctor. They may be important, or they may be completely useless. Hello, Harry.
Welcome back, Mr. Gordon. Have you come to get a bite?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. I know your Bates is not exactly a great cook.
It's not so bad. I have no reason to complain.
All right, if you say so.
Harry, tell me, is Mark reliable?
Well, that depends. He's not exactly a saint, you see. But I reckon he'll do what you tell him for a pound or two.
Do you remember our conversation yesterday on how nothing ever happens around here?
Sure I do.
Well, unfortunately, something did happen.
Oh, you mean Henry?
How do you know?
Well, news travels around here fast. Poor Henry. He was a good regular. We sure drank a fair amount together.
So how long had you known one another?
Since the time he started working for the manor. Which in fact means the day he arrived here. I remember when he first showed up, all sweaty with a suitcase in each hand. He took no time to order 2 pints right away. I knew right off that we would understand each other.
Did he have any friends in the neighborhood?
Probably not. You see, he was kind of a loner. I don't think he knew anyone else. He used to only come here.
Thanks anyway, Harry.
You're welcome, Mr. Gordon.
I need to talk to you.
Go ahead, but make it quick.
Tell me, did you know Henry Stanton?
No, I didn't. Should I have known him?
Well, he worked as a gardener for us, but he died yesterday.
Sounds like I'll get to meet him soon. Eh? You want anything else? I'm not interested in company.
No, I'll leave you alone. Hello.
Hello.
Did you know Henry Stanton?
Henry? I saw him in the pub sometimes. He didn't talk much, so I really didn't know him. Now leave me to my sport.
Good morning.
Might be good for you. What do you want?
You said yesterday that you used to help in our garden.
A couple of times.
So you knew Henry, our gardener, right?
Yes. I don't want to talk about him after what has happened.
When did you last speak with him?
Well, yesterday evening. I met him just a short distance off the road to the village.
What time was that exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. I already told you that. I don't feel like getting involved in anything.
I'm not the police. You needn't worry. What did you speak about?
It was just a couple of sentences.
Was he acting normal? I mean, was he sober?
Yeah, he was, that's for sure. It's true that he used to drink a lot, but he didn't drink every day. And yesterday, he was sober. I would have noticed.
Thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
So, Henry was still sober in the evening, and they found him drowned at dawn. That doesn't make much sense. Tom told me you worked for Dr. Herman from time to time.
Tom tends to have a bit too much to say. I've been unemployed for some time now, so I've been taking what odd jobs are offered to me. I've got to make money somehow, and it sure is better to do stuff for Dr. Herman than that dirty bastard Murray.
Well, I need a certain favor from you. As a matter of fact, it has to do with Dr. Herman.
So what's the...
This is what I want you to do.
I'm listening.
I ring the doorbell and wait until he comes upstairs. Talk about whatever you want. Just keep him there for as long as you can.
Well, I don't quite like that plan, to tell you the truth. He doesn't look exactly innocent, does it? Also, if Herman learned about my getting involved in some scam on him, you better find someone else for this.
Look, I don't expect this for nothing.
And that's supposed to be surprising?
How much does Dr. Herman pay?
That depends on what he wants from me.
No, you don't understand. I mean, what is the maximum he has ever paid you?
£6 per day, with food, I guess.
I'll give you 10. That's not bad for a couple of minutes, is it?
10? Well, the money is nice, but... You see, these days I at least have a sure job from Dr. Herman. No, I can't do it.
I'll give you 20. Take it or leave it.
20? Damn. I haven't had so much money clink in my pocket for quite £20 take home, and it's a deal.
10 now, and 10 later.
Okay then. What time should I show up?
About a quarter an hour after I leave the pub. Make sure you're on time, otherwise you get nothing.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
I walked quickly to the morgue to get there before Mark. I hope he'll show up on time, as we have agreed.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
Can I speak with you for a moment, Dr. Herman?
Yes, but I told you I have no news. This needs time. So if you keep interrupting me...
No. I'm here because of something else.
Yes?
Well, the thing is...
So what is it you want, Gordon? I do not have the whole day for you.
Where the blazes is that Mark?
Did you say something?
No, you see, I just...
Now who could that be? That... Who is there? Wait for me here. I will return shortly.
Of course. You needn't hurry. I thought my blood pressure was going to hit boiling point. Now where's that bloody bill of exchange? Maybe I should start with his table. A piece of plastic for making imprints. It could come in handy. Lots of things, but... There's a label with Henry's name on this box. Henry's
bill of exchange.
To the garbage container at the front of... I wonder what Herman was disposing of so quickly. It must be the large one. The other keys are small. I can't pick it up right now. Herman would surely notice. I made an imprint of the key in the plastic. Herman is returning. I can hear him on the steps.
Are you looking for something in particular?
No, of course not. Well, I've never been to a morgue before. I'm just curious.
You have some odd interests, I can see that. What were we talking about?
I've forgotten completely. It can't have been anything important.
So be it then. I do not have the time to be talking to you constantly. No offense intended.
Oh, it should be me who's apologizing. I won't disturb you any longer. See you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Gordon.
How can I help you?
I want to ask about something. Harry, you know everyone around here. Would you happen to know someone who can make a key?
Well, I'm not sure if he's the man for the job, but Mark here has a few skills. Just ask him.
All right. Thanks. May I bother you for a moment?
Well, if you must. But not for long. I've been getting some good hands.
I can see you wasted little time spending my money.
It's mine now, and I'll spend it however I want.
I have no problem with that.
Did you have enough time to do what you needed?
Yes, I did. But maybe you could have rung a bit earlier.
What were you doing down there anyway?
That's none of your business, really.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
I need someone to make a key for me. Harry said you can do it.
A key's no problem. Give me the original and I'll bring it back with a copy in a little while. And it's for free. I'll just assume it's part of our deal today.
Trouble is, I only have an imprint.
That's going to be a lot harder. I've never tried it with an imprint before. Just give it to me and pick up the result in an hour or so. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Here it is.
See you later.
Oh, it's you again. Have you come to buy something?
I don't know yet. I'll have a look around first.
Sure, just don't touch any of my stuff.
I'd like to redeem the object we talked about, Murray.
Surely you remember you must present a valid bill of exchange.
Don't worry, I have it. Here.
Yes, everything seems to be all right. It's £40, sir.
Didn't you say 35 at first?
Oh, you're right. Excuse me, I've made a mistake.
Sure.
I'll go get it for you right away.
Bye.
What'll it be, sir?
Have you seen Mark around?
No, he hasn't shown up yet. He's probably got some work to do. Are you looking for him?
Not really, but just asking.
How about a pipe for Mr. Gordon?
No thanks. Maybe later. Have you seen Mark around?
No, he hasn't shown up yet. He's probably got some work to do. Are you looking for him?
Not really, but just asking.
Changed your mind about the dinner? My Mary makes some wonderful meals. Everyone around here will tell you that.
I believe you. I'm just not hungry yet. I would like to ask a couple of questions.
Okay, feel free.
Have you seen Mark? He was supposed to wait for me here.
Aye, he popped in just a moment ago, but went somewhere right away. But he's left this key for you here.
Thanks. The stink of decaying flesh is forcing tears into my eyes. Disgusting. human remains. Shouldn't they be buried deep in the ground? Tied up with bags, oozing blood. I'm not touching that. The pockets are empty, but I feel something hard inside. The gem has perfectly smooth. All the parts have clicked together perfectly.
Yes?
Samuel, I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs.
Can I speak with you?
Hold on a minute. Yes, I'm listening.
Have you developed that film for me?
Not yet, Gordon. I have work to do. Come back later.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the mall.
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Yes, all right.
Doctor, have you got those photos ready for me?
Sure, I have put them on top of the sink over there.
Thanks for your time. I'll put the pictures in my diary.